The United States is hours away from a government shutdown that could see millions of Americans go without pay just before Christmas, unless Congress agrees to a spending plan. Reporter Emily Grimenz has more from Capitol Hill in Washington.
The House has passed a spending package that will fund the US government into March 2025. It's quite a late resolution. There's a midnight local time deadline until the US government goes into shutdown. This leaves the Senate 6 hours to take up this bill and pass it and avert that shutdown deadline. Now, this comes after a messy couple of days. There was originally a bill to fund the government that had bipartisan agreement. It was scuttled amid public opposition from Donald Trump and his key ally Elon Musk, who took to social media to torpedo the bill by saying it was a bad deal and encouraging Republicans to vote against it. Once that bill was torpedoed, a second bill went to the House. That included funding provisions to avert a shutdown, but it also included provisions to either suspend or raise the debt ceiling, the amount of money the US government is allowed to borrow. That was at the request of Donald Trump, who wanted that issue sorted out before he takes office in January. But that bill, when it was put to the House, failed. Not only did Democrats vote against it, but some conservative Republicans who want to limit government spending also voted against it. It failed in the House, and a new bill was submitted late today. That was essentially the same bill, but it removed any consideration of the debt ceiling. And it has passed. It wasn't immediately clear if Democrats would support this bill, but at the last minute they came out and clearly voted for it. It has received quite a decisive majority. In fact, the only people who did vote against it in the House were actually Republicans. It does speak to some of the disquiet in the party. As for one of the men who quite publicly helped to sink the original agreement, Elon Musk has again taken to social media as the House was voting and said that the Speaker, Mike Johnson, has done a good job here, after all, taking a bill that weighed pounds to a bill that weighed ounces. Now, that might be cold comfort to the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, who's had really a scramble of a couple of days trying to get an agreement through. But as long as the Senate does pass this bill in the next couple of hours, the US government will avoid another shutdown.